and I, we were at Starbucks, just like everyone else. We love Starbs. And I, went up to the counter to order my little treat, and I said to the barista, can I have a grande hot coffee? And I went to pay, and I accidentally dropped all my change on the ground. And the next thing I know, the barista is on the ground, on his knees with my change, and he's looking up to me and he's going, thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you for your order. Next customer, please. And sorry, it was just so beautiful. You guys are just, those little moments make it all worth it,
The wrong way, but it was just...
It's very unfair, and things are being said that aren't true. The easiest thing to do is just to say, or to go to the media yourself, or open that door. But once you've opened it, you can never close it again.
Now, a clear divide in the royal family: the workers and the shirkers, the heavy lifters and the grifters. The Prince and Princess of Wales saluted Welsh Guards yesterday at St David's Day Parade. Camilla, the Queen Consort, recovering from a recent bout of COVID, was promoting children's literature. King Charles is preparing to make state visits to Germany and France in his first royal tour as monarch. Meghan Markle, meanwhile, made a state visit to a coffee shop which sells superfood lattes inspired by holistic ingredients from around the world. And Prince Harry had another outing on US late-night television, the leftovers of a previous interview taped on his self-pity tour.
Harry, what is the best sandwich?
I would say a cheese and ham toasty with Dijon mustard on top.
And a toasty means grilled? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Unbelievable. That guy's sixth in line to the throne.
Now are the dregs of the Montecito barrel finally being scraped in Prince Harry's live stream Whinge Fest at 5 p.m. UK time at the cost of about £17 plus a copy of his book, which he has loads to spare. You too could pay for the privilege to watch Dr. Gabor Mate, which I think that's how you say it, a toxic trauma expert and best-selling author of 4 books published in over 30 languages. Sit down with Prince Harry for what was, in my view, an hour-long whinge fest. Gabor, also an internationally renowned speaker and highly sought after for his expertise in addiction, trauma, childhood development, and the relationship of stress and illness, so I guess he's not cheap, told Prince Harry that after reading the book, I diagnosed you with ADD. He said that he saw it as a normal response to normal stress. He told Harry, I know there were great moments, but there were also a lot of trauma and suffering. And Harry responds with, isn't that the same for most people? Yes, Harry, it is. That's life. It's perfectly normal. But most people aren't royal and can't afford esteemed physicians to help them get through it. Dr. Mate discussed the reaction to Spare and how critics accused Harry of wallowing in his own sense of victimhood. And Harry responds, I don't see myself as a victim. Yet he goes on to claim that his father put his own interests before him. Sounds a bit like victim mentality to me, when in truth, if reports are to be believed, Diana was picked so she could provide the royal family with heirs, which meant Charles had to put aside his feelings to the woman he loved, Camilla, so Diana could bear him some sons. Now, as cruel as that might be, Charles sacrificed his love of a woman for the monarchy. Now, it is very tragic what happened to Diana, but that doesn't negate the reality. Charles put his sons and the monarchy first. Harry's too blinded by his own self-pity to see this. Harry goes on about parents not arguing in front of the children, saying, do not have those disagreements, arguments, whatever it is. Luckily, my wife and I don't have those. As if he would tell us if he did. But it's a lot easier when you have a mansion and nannies to avoid arguing in front of the kids. And most couples argue about money, usually the lack of it, which I don't suppose he's had to be too concerned about. The Duke spoke in detail about the death of his mother again. And whilst I have a lot of sympathy for him on this subject, Harry doesn't have a monopoly on loss of a parent. But most people can't monetize it, which is exactly what I believe is happening here. Harry doesn't have the monopoly on loss of a parent. So he said that his dad didn't give him as much affection as he would have liked. Well, join the club. There's a long queue. At least you still have one. And quite casually goes on about how cocaine didn't do anything for him, how alcohol was more of a social thing, complaining about the peer pressure surrounding it. But marijuana, he says, is different. That actually did really help me, he says.
Now brace yourself. We're about to show you some fairly dodgy looking wax figures of the Prince and Princesses of Wales, as if they haven't been through enough. Kate and William have been immortalised in wax at the Krakow Wax Museum. It's a little creepy, let's just say. The museum has been slammed by visitors who say the figures bear little resemblance, well, that's quite clear, to the very photogenic royal couple. We're just not quite sure what went wrong there. Was it the wrong mould? Was it an overzealous worker?
Who knew Krakow had a wax museum? Now we know why no one has heard of this wax museum ever.
I know, it's like they just sort of melted a few candles and then got the makeup palette out.
I think it's the hair that's just not quite right either.
That's all it is. The hair, is it? Well, the outfits are all right.
William does remind me of someone, not him.
I think that looks a bit like Tony Collette.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Does a lot.
In a good way.
Well, no.
I don't, Eddie. In Tony's defence, I don't think that looks.
No. William looks like Mr. Ed.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's just picked up the copy of Spare.
Guys, I can't thank you enough for watching and for being here. It really means the world to me. I really appreciate it. I have lots more videos coming out, so check back lots if you want to further support the show. I do have merch available. Recollections may vary. Make it make sense. You know, all that stuff. Also, we have Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps, where you can become an executive producer and get a shout out in a video very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.